Come on in to Sister's Tarot. Gather round, everyone. I have here my trusty magic 8-ball. Let's take a look inside, see what it has to show us today. Hello Sagittarius. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, and North Node in Sagittarius. Take what resonates and leave out the rest. If you don't resonate with the reading, feel free to check out my other videos. You may have some messages there. Now without further ado, let's start the reading. I hope you're having a good weekend so far and that everything's going well for you. We have the 6 of Wands, excuse that, I clean that thing before I get started and things still get on it, just annoys me. I'm not taking that just kind of slipped, and I didn't feel that. We have the 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Ugh. Scoot back a little bit, see if that helps. Okay. We have the 4 of Wands, the Empress, or the Emperor, whichever resonates, we'll get to that. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have 9 of Wands. Now we're going to start with the 6 of Wands. You're coming into much recognition for a job well done, something that you've worked hard for and you deserve. And it is your time to shine and to have your victory, your much deserved and hard work paid off type of victory. So it's something you definitely earned is what I'm getting from this. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles. I'm not trying to call it everything but what it is. Okay, the 10 of Swords. There's an ending to betrayals that you had to deal with in the past is what I'm getting. So you no longer have that. So with the Wands, and I feel like intuitively something is coming from that, from me saying 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles with that. You felt burdened down and felt as though you were being betrayed in ways that dealt with your finances or your stability and structure. And it brought you some form of a burden. But that's coming to an ending now. And that you're about to have, with this 4 of Wands, your work is definitely going to be flourishing. So not only are you going to get the victory that you deserve, but you're going to have this, in recognition, you're going to have your fruits of your labor coming in. Not like the 3 of Wands coming in. I mean, like, as in it's here. You're not waiting, because this is the Four of Wands, where you actually get what you deserve, because it's here now. You're no longer waiting like the Three of Wands. Then we have the Empress, or the Emperor, have it resonates. So you are definitely creating a life for yourself, is what I'm getting. So whether you're a masculine or feminine, this can still be your energy, because you're creating or co-creating what is meant for you in your life. You're making things happen, and you're being creative, and it's coming forth right before your eyes, is what I'm getting. Then we have the Nine of Wands. So you have what it takes to push up against any forces that come your way, and you have the strength and the power to do so. So you're fully in your power, and you're able to stand your ground and to not let these past energy of this Ten of Wands here keep you down. So even if you got knocked down, you got right back up again. And not trying to like the song either. It's just, that's how that came out. I'm going to see what I'm getting overall and see if there's any clarifiers I need. I'm getting 2 for 1. So you're going to get 2 things that's going to be in one victory. So even though it's going to seem like one victory, there's going to be 2 things that come from this, is what I'm getting from this 2 doves and 1 dove here. It's going to be like 2 for 1. All right, now what is falling all over this thing? So it's going to be like, even though it might seem like it's only one victory coming in, there's going to be a bonus added to it, is what I'm getting from that. So on to what you are already initially hoping or expecting or having faith in a situation to come forth and present itself, you're going to have a bonus come in as well, something totally unexpected. And there's going to be no more of this 10 of energy for sure. I'm picking that heavily. And I'm being pulled to this right here. Like that victory for sure, but I'm trying to see what else I'm getting from that. Winner circle. Even though it's not a complete circle, but that's what I'm getting. So you're going to feel like you're in the winner circle, because it's going to be so a big win for you. I'm also getting that from the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Wands here. And the 6 and the 4 adds up to 10, so that's completion. So you're going to have a completion. So not only is it completion of this coming to an end in this cycle, you're also coming into full circle in what is meant for you, with wealth, abundance, and prosperity. And that luck is going to be on your side. You're going to be blessed. So things are going to start multiplying, is what I'm also getting. I'm even getting a rabbit in my mind's eye. So multiplying, and really your wealth wealth, abundance, and prosperity really booming at this time. So get ready for that. I'm going to go ahead and get some advice cards to just get a little bit more the bigger picture. And I'm going to use the vice versa. Let's see what I need clarified. I'm going to go ahead and get something on this 10 of Swords, see what else needs to be said about this first. Pick that up. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm picking up because this, for some reason, this always sticks out to me, because it's a unicorn. People were trying to take you down because you were different, and they didn't like that about you, because they saw that your potential was amazing and you could go farther than them, and they did not like that. And I'm also getting with this where it looks like the horse's eyes look sleepy. They ended up sleeping on the situation because they thought they had it in the bag. And so they ended up sleeping on it and not putting out as much toward trying to stop you. And when they came back to stop you more, that was a gnat. I gotta get that out. Anyway, okay, I'm getting that, something from that, a nag. So they stopped bothering you like a gnat nagging you. And they went away for a while, thinking they already had it in the bag. They already stopped you and put you out to pasture, so to speak. But when they came back, they saw this energy, where you're in your Four of Wands and your Empress. And you can take an Emperor for that too, even though I'm picking up more of the Empress, even though you can still be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You're able to create your reality and make things happen. So while they were out playing somewhere else, thinking they already had it in the bag, and they fell asleep on the job, fell asleep on the job in order to try to stop you. They fell asleep on that job, thinking they already had it in the bag. And when they come back, they see this. And then you already have a good stand on the situation, so there was nothing they could do to stop it because it already took place. And you were able to gather up the strength by the time they came back through, as well, is what I'm getting from that right here. See if what else needs to be. I'm going to get one for here. Then we have the Ace of Wands. So, your creativity is definitely booming at this time. And I'm getting with this lightning here, they're gonna be shocked. Those that tried to stop you, competitors, enemies, whatever have you, they're gonna be shocked at how fast things started moving for you in your favor while they were sleeping on the job, trying to stop you. As in the sleeping on the job that they were meant to try to stop you. I'm also getting the hair, the tortoise and the hare with this. How the hare was so arrogant enough to think, oh, I'm going to win this race. So he went to sleep. And by the time he come to realize, oh, I need to go ahead and get back in it, the turtle already was coming to the crossing line of finishing it. This is the kind of energy I'm getting from that. That they were so sure they were able to keep you from succeeding, they fell asleep metaphorically speaking. This retrograde is getting to me, I swear it is. Anyway, metaphorically speaking, so it ended up biting them in the butt because they were too arrogant for their own good, is what I'm getting. Just like the hare with the turtle and the hare. So while they were sleeping, you were slow and steady winning the race and getting things done like a boss, especially with this Empress here. So it could be, again, Emperor or Empress, either one, whatever it resonates with you. You were doing things like a boss and getting things done and not missing a beat. It might have been at a slow and steady, but slow and steady is better than rushing through. So I'm picking up, especially, fire signs do tend to be rushed through it a lot of times, but that doesn't mean you're always that way. You learn to slow yourself down because you started seeing that this was getting in your own way. So while they were away sleeping because they thought that they got you where they wanted you, you re-strategize your way of doing things, and that is what helped you to start having things working in your favor, because you started doing things in a more strategic way and not rushing through things like you did in the past, is what I'm picking up from this. And of course, I'm not picking on you with that. I'm just, this is how the reading is showing up. And fire does tend to be passionate, but I also know that's not all that there is with that. They can slow down and think things through. So let's see if there's anything else I might need. I'm going to see what this Four of Wands is showing. What else has to say on that? Okay, this is in the reverse anyway, so I'll just take it like that. Okay, that's the Eight of Wands in reverse. So in the past, things were not going very quickly. Okay, nope. Just like what I was picking up. You learn, this is what helped you. This is confirmation. You learn to stop rushing through things. Is what I'm getting from that. Even though this is calm and this is chaotic, I'm picking up, you learned that you trying to rush through things was chaotic. So you're learning to slow yourself down, slow down your roll, so that way you can take things into consideration and strategize in a more strategic way, and slow and steady wins the race. And this is what ended up being your victory, where in the past you would rush through things and it was causing chaos for yourself. And I'm picking up with this here with the enemy or your competitor or whatever. They knew that at this time about you, that, oh well, I'll just make them think that they're not going to get something if I don't. They did something to make you feel like you had to rush. They used that to their advantage, but they thought they had it in the bag because they thought they were so arrogant to think that this was going to continue to work. But while they were away, it gave you time to, I'm picking up, meditate on the situation and to see things from a broader perspective, and able to pay attention to the details and see that you needed to slow down your pace, so that way you wouldn't have things be so chaotic for you. And also with this here, I'm also picking up, you were also listening more to your intuition more. And that's what was the biggest thing that helped you out. You slowed down long enough to meditate, to listen to your intuition and let it be your guide. Let's see what else I might be getting before I move on to the oracle. I'm getting something from hooves. I'm trying to figure out what's that about. I don't know what I'm getting from that, from the hooves. It just popped in my head. Maybe if I meant to, it'll come to me. Excuse that. Prancing, that's what I'm getting from the hooves. I was bringing my attention to the hooves so I could see prancing. So I'm also getting the energy they were prancing around you, so to speak. Not literally, obviously, just like because they were just that arrogant. They just thought, oh well, I'm just going to, dance around thinking, oh, I just got them. But no, they didn't. Because again, they ended up being so arrogant that they slept on the job, went away, and come back and see you having this victory because you learned to re-strategize. So I'm getting that they might have went away anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, possibly longer. It might be 4 to 8 months even. And I'm going by only the numbers in case somebody's wondering about, I'm not using the wands type of time frame, the numbers. So anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks to 4 to 8 months, they went away because they really just thought they had you. So they must have at least supposedly had you down. But see, you have to sometimes you have to get to your lowest point to get to your higher points, because it's what helps you to reinvent yourself, so to speak. And you've come to realize this is what I'm picking up. And this gave you much time to re-strategize and rethink the whole situation and throw out the old and start new and fresh and start building in a whole new way. And by the time they came back, you were up and booming in a bigger and broader way, and there was nothing they could do to stop it at that point. You had the higher ground. Even though this is not the Seven of Wands, I'm getting you had the higher ground. You had more of a stance on the situation. You were able to overcome these competitors or enemies or whoever, haters, whatever it was for you that did not like you to succeed. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the oracle now. I'm going to use the Archangel Oracle. Angel Therapy. Archangel Raphael, give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. I'm also picking up, this is something else you learned how to do, surrender and give it to the divine. Whether it's God, your spiritual team, the angels, what have you. You learn to let go and surrender, and that's what helps you also have this victory, is what I'm picking up. And also learn to take care of yourself in a way that would help you get things back and going. Too many cards. Life review. Archangel Jeremiel. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. And this also gave you time to reevaluate and review yourself and your life, and how you need to put us into things that keep you from succeeding and getting in your own way, is what I'm getting from that. So this gave you time to reflect. Again, it's bringing me that meditation vibes again. So it helps you to self-reflect and life review, and help you therapeutically to be able to move forward by doing the inner work and reflection as well. And we have peace. Archangel Shamael. Peace comes from remembering that Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. So you also came from a more loving place at this time, that help and find that inner peace within you, that at this time of meditation as well, while they were away, and able to free yourself from these burdens. Because again, with me, even though it's a retrograde, I picked up something intuitively with me. Instead of saying 10 of Swords, saying 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. They were trying to cause you in a burden to abandon your project, is what I'm getting. So they did not want you to have your finances straightened or to be at its best. But you found inner peace during this time, and it set you free from those burdens, so that way you could be able to succeed the way that you deserve. Then we have clear your space. Archangel Jophiel. Get rid of clutter, clear this energy around you, and use Feng Shui. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, so if you haven't already done this during this time, clearing your space, literally and figuratively, because clearing your mind as well as your outer space, and I don't mean like going out into outer space, like your space on the externally and internally, so that way you can have more structure the way you need, so it's not so chaotic. Ouch. So cleaning out your closet, so to speak, not only inwardly but literally, like cleaning out things that no longer serve you, decluttering your space and your area, especially your work area. And it'll help your creativity to boom more too, with this Empress above that. So even if you do normally keep things tidy, sometimes you might have at least a junk drawer, not drunk. Oh my gosh. Anyway, something, in that you might not, like a catch-all, whether it's your table or a drawer, like drawer, or any other area that you might not always deal with because you might be busy. Whatever that is, clear that out, and that'll actually help clear things for you. And also doing that would be some form of meditation for you too, is what I'm getting, a therapeutic for you. So that would be a good thing for you to do, especially since we are in springtime. So, well, if you're in the States, it's springtime. Let me make that clear. Apparently, obviously, that's not going to be everywhere. In the U.S., it's spring. So spring cleaning would be good. Of course, if it's not spring where you are, that doesn't mean you can't still declutter. You can still do that, even if you are just coming into fall. Take that part however it resonates. I have to keep reminding myself, no, it might not be whoever's tuning in, you know. But anyway, even if it's not actually spring where you're at, do like some form of spring cleaning, and that will help you to clear your mind and see things on a broader perspective, and help your creativity to be free and set you free in your mind. And sometimes just doing that can put you in a meditative state to where you can have that therapeutic healing that you need, because you're getting rid of things that no longer serve you. And at the same time you're doing that, you might come to realize you're doing that also internally, because you can self-reflect while you're doing that, especially if you decide to do that with meditative music going, or just no music at all, just silence, unless that helps you tap in. Then that's a good go-to for you while you're doing that, and that helps you, just whatever help you tap in meditate. Let's just say tap into meditation. I can't get my words to form right now. Anyway, let me see what I'm getting overall before I close out the reading. I'm also picking up working on your root and your heart chakra would be good right now, with this red and this green is what I'm getting from that. And that'll help you to really get things going because I'm also getting, I'm getting a balance here, like with this here, with the Empress here, it's like a balance of the masculine and femininity by doing that. If you work on those two in particular ones, not saying ignore the other ones, just working on those together on each of these sessions, because that way it can help bring your balance of your feminine and masculine energy. So that way, not only do things on a creative side, but also on the foundation, so that way you can build a firm foundation for your creative or work endeavor. And so that way you can have more of a creative side, but yet getting that foundation going and being like the boss at the same time of creating. Let's see what else I might be getting. And also I'm getting with this armor. Be sure, especially with them, if they haven't quite come around yet, because you haven't come into this yet, you're about to, for the ones that's just coming into that. Make sure you're armored up spiritually before they come, so that way you definitely have be able to stand up against that. For those of you that's already have, and they're just now coming back into your presence is what I'm picking up. Make sure that you're armored up strong enough to keep having the upper ground on the situation, so they cannot bust through anything, is what I'm picking up from this. So make sure you pray, meditate, and have that spiritual protection you need. And be ready like this 9 of Wands. So, let's see. Is there anything else? I'm also picking up this 4 of Wands in this clear space that just it's kind of like diagonal from each other. It's like really pulling to my attention to definitely have your home in top-notch shape. Even if you just already a type of person that stays on top of things, and making sure that your space is always decluttered. Sometimes there's always still something that could use some extra cleaning or extra organizing, reorganizing sometimes. Just whatever it is that can help you bring change is what I'm getting, because it'll give you a different perspective, a different change of mind and pace, so that way you can see things in a different way, from a different perspective. And that'll help bring this life review into place and more peace. So even if you've already been doing this work, this is also going to help bring it forth even more and help you heal even more, especially healing from this 10 of Swords energy you've been through. So that way you can be more in this 9 of Wands energy to stand your ground against any enemies that comes your way, or competition or haters, whatever have you. I remember, did I look at the bottom? No, I did not look at the bottom of the deck. I was like, wait a minute, that's flat, that's face down. I'm like, I didn't look at the bottom of the deck. We have Indigo and Crystal children. Archangel Metatron, you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. I'm picking up that you were this way as a child as well. So because of that, you'll be able to help others. I'm also picking up it doesn't have to necessarily be children. It could be anybody that can look up to you that you can help in some way, because you yourself are like an indigo or crystal child in some way. And this will also help you to not only transform yourself and heal, but to help others in the same way. I'm also picking up with that unicorn again. This is another reason, again, this could be why you're like this unicorn, because you're like an indigo or crystal child growing up, which made you different, and people can see that and they don't like it and they snub at you because they're not like that. They don't have this uniqueness, and you do. You have something different in some way that people don't like because you don't blend in. They do, but you don't, and they don't like it. Of course, it doesn't matter what they like, does it? So just continue to be you, and it doesn't matter what other people think on that. But anyway, I'm getting that the ivory, I was going to say that's all I'm getting, then this ivory just stuck out to me. What about this ivory? Okay, I'm picking up ivory tower. Okay, people wanted to try to make you sound like you were stuck up when you weren't, because they wanted to make you feel bad. That's what I'm getting from the ivory tower, because they're trying to make it sound like just because you were different, they were trying to make you feel shame, as in trying to make you sound like you were trying to be different when you weren't trying. You just were. You didn't blend in with everybody else, and they didn't like it. So they tried to make you sound like you were in an ivory tower, like you thought you were better than everybody. And I'm picking up there was no such thing. That was just how they wanted to perceive you, because they felt bad about their own self. They had their own insecurities, and they were projecting that on you in a different way, not meaning they were snobby. They want to make you feel that way because they were trying to knock you down a few pegs to make themselves feel better, which that's bad, obviously. But this is also what I'm picking up, that if you haven't already been having this review, this is coming to your attention that you need to review that this is all that was. It was just their envy of you. And they wanted to try to make you sound like you thought you were better than everybody, because they themselves felt like you were better than them, because you had something different about you than your peers. So everybody that was coming for you in some way, not necessarily physically, just competitively, because they blended in with everybody else. And you just stuck out like a sore thumb, but not in a negative way. Like the unicorn. All due to because you're different, but in a good way. So it doesn't matter what they like, obviously. And I'm sure you don't really let that get to you anyway. I mean, you may, but I'm picking up you don't. So this is just confirmation that you definitely aren't that kind of person they tried to make you sound. This is just confirmation that you were correct, that this is not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them and their hate for you or envy, because they blend in with everybody else and you don't. You're meant to stand out from the crowd. And you were given some form of gifts or talents in some way for a reason, because you were meant to stand out and use them. And I'm picking up some of these haters or competitors or what have you. They just wanted to be able to be in the spotlight in some way, especially when you have the Six of Wands. They wanted that, but they didn't have the gifts or the talents for it like you do. I'm picking up they were more mediocre, while you had a grander scale of it, and they were envious of that. But that's their problem, obviously, not yours. So you know, at the end of the day, you can have peace within yourself because you know this is really them, not you. But all this is going to come to an end, even though you're still going to have haters to deal with, obviously, because that just comes with the territory, especially if you are in the spotlight in some way. Even if it's not on social media type of spotlight, just where there's lots of people that can see you and admire your gifts or talents in some way. You're going to have haters along with it. Just focus on the positive as much as possible and just let the haters be whoever. Just keep doing you and keep winning and succeeding. Now, I'm going to make sure there's not anything else before I close it out. I'm picking up you have the strength to weather this storm, because this looks like storm clouds. You have the strength and the power within you to weather the storm. So you're able to come through this victoriously and be set free. And I'm also picking up you have much confidence, especially with this Empress here. It can still be Emperor, but with this Empress energy here, you definitely do not lack confidence. Not even when this was going on. It's just sometimes things take a toll on you at times, and you have to just still rejuvenate. But the people that were trying to put you in this Ten of Swords energy lacked confidence. And they're trying to throw shade at you for it. But just because you have confidence doesn't mean that you're someone in the ivory tower. And I swear these gnats need to go away. I need to do something about that before it gets out of hand. It's definitely spring. Okay. Let's see. Trying to get my mind back on track because that was distracting. Okay, I'm getting something intuitively from that. They might still try, once they see that you're on top, they might still try to throw a wrench in there sometimes to try to distract you. So don't let that happen. Just brush it away and keep going. That's all I'm getting from the reading. I hope this helped you in some way and brought you some form of clarity. And be sure to turn on the notification bell so you know each time I upload a new video. And like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, God bless.